Shows that make you laugh. Shows that make you think. Music that moves you. It could only be one place. Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Well, her name is Heidi Selexa. The world revolves around her smile.
I bought a super pretty pink bikini this weekend to match my super pretty pink lipstick.
Oh, but being in a new relationship is so fun. Like talking to him on the phone and you talk for hours and then finally like somebody has to get off the phone. So you're like, bye. No, you hang up. You hang up first. Hello? So then you have to call him back a 5th time and then the 6th time. And so then the 7th time, you just can't stop hitting redial. And then you break up.
Let's see if I can pick up a gay guy. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. You're cute. You're welcome. Do you want to be my friend? You're obviously committed and somebody's a little jealous of somebody. Did you see that? Like, I can't believe you didn't just say, yeah, why don't you just come here? Because they have another token gay girl. Hi, God, it's me again. I tried to call you earlier, but you didn't answer your phone. It went right to the voicemail.
She's got the giggle. She's got the wiggle.
Does my hair look okay? Oh my God, Heidi, stop being so vain. This is why you don't ever put a mirror in front of a girl's face. It's quality over quantity. Do you ever notice that you just stare at one thing and you're like obsessing on that one thing? Nobody else is staring at the one thing but you. It's just you obsessing on that one thing. It's like, I'm on a date. Why is he looking at is there something wrong with my hair? You know, the thing is that people don't notice what you notice in life. They really don't. We think it's a bigger deal than what they think it is. And sometimes you can't see it until you step out of the box, stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm not going to comb my hair while I drive or curl my eyelashes or put on mascara when I should be looking at the driver ahead of me. However, I'm a really good driver and I can multitask, so I can do that. But a lot of people can't do stuff like that, you know, and you just get all out of alignment and you're all out of whack and you don't know what the heck's going on. You can't see straight. Then whenever you get to wherever you're going, is there a shine on my forehead, Jarvis? No. See, vanity. My brothers think I'm vain, but who cares? They're brothers. Yeah, they don't mean a thing. Whatever. So, yeah, they're vain when they look in the mirror like, could you pop my pimple for me? It's like, that's a whitehead. Get it off. Anyway, you know, when people are out of whack and alignment, everything can go off, you know, and sometimes you have to settle down and have quality time and with yourself, and it seems like I have no time to have that because I have to do this, I have to do the laundry, I have to clean, I have to do work, and I have to exercise, I have to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You have to settle down and sit down. So I have a very special guest on my show today, and she's a very good friend of mine, and we have had lots of time together. However, I do not feel I've had quality time with her, and I felt a little possessive. So I needed to bring her on the show with just her and I.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I would like to welcome you, Lori Pasqualino.
Thank
you. It's Pasqualino.
That's it.
10 syllables, and I won my 3rd grade spelling bee.
It's 10 letters.
Whatever.
Pasqualino.
Well,
4
apparently.
syllables.
See, I don't even know English or languages anymore because it's text. Do you know that I'm completely like out of whack with spelling? Jarvis told me, our lovely engineer over here, you look very pretty today, by the way. You're wearing green like Lori. Why didn't anybody tell me to wear green? Like, I'm the only one wearing orange. I thought it was Halloween time. We'd have to wear orange.
You're not wearing orange. You're wearing like pink. It's like pink.
Yeah, but it shows
like
up
coral.
It shows up on camera like orange, doesn't it? No?
I mean, I'm not going to fight with you
Again,
about this.
you know, it's vanity. And really, I shouldn't be fighting with you about anything color and coordinating anything. Would you like some pretty hand-smelling lotion, Jarvis?
Okay.
Jarvis, are you sure? Don't you want your hands to be moist and soft?
Passion flower hand cream.
It's super pretty.
It does smell real nice.
So my guest, Lori, is a fabulous, fabulous friend and an amazing singer. I picked her up in a piano bar when I was there with somebody who I used to date. We were on a friend date, which you can be friends after you date.
Sure.
And, you know, but it doesn't happen very often. Most of the time I spit and punch him, but, you know, this one was okay. Mm-hmm. And so I went to the piano bar and I met Lori, and it was fantastic. Because you were amazing. And I made you sing, or you sang, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, which...
Right.
For whatever reason, you're refusing to sing it for me today. And
I sang it for you last week on your birthday.
You sang it like 60 seconds, maybe? 30 seconds?
Right.
I just love it. I just love the tone that you do, the pitch you do, and it just makes me get goosebumps. And I love it, you know. And I wanted to stay when I gave Lori the keys to my place, and she redid my place. Jarvis and I had a conversation. He wants to get his house ready for love and organized.
Sure.
So I offered you.
Okay.
And
Great.
No, I really
For
did.
the organizing.
Well, don't you want to decorate too? You decorate. You have
it was a joke on love and organizing.
Well, that just went right
Right
over
there.
my head. I am an airhead and I am gullible. And my younger brother, and I had a really lovely day hanging out yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're close. We're like twins.
Yeah.
He's 11 months younger than me. So, 2 weeks after I was born, boom, he's back, right? Or he's there. Because I think I had a twin, but somehow, it just didn't work out. But so the deal is that we had a lovely day.
That's good.
And his whole thing was drilling me on how to run my life. But he was right. He was completely right about a lot of things.
Yeah, I do that to my siblings too, though. I can't lie. I do that to my siblings, my best friend.
Yeah. So, and there's a line you have to draw with how you tell somebody,
Right.
hey, I think that things would be better if you handled it this way. And there's definitely an etiquette to it, which a lot of people don't have.
Sure.
But I like to pour the wine.
Oh yeah. Do you need help opening
In
that?
the meantime, I would like to say. Yes, you can. Would you like to open it, Laura?
I don't mind. I know sometimes that you struggle with it.
Laura, thank you. She's been at my house several times. Lori redecorated my apartment, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if Jarvis has any of the photos, but I have videotaped it with you last week. We just couldn't get it on the air, It's like, I don't know why this happens, but we have smartphones and they're dumb. So, maybe switch to something that's, a little bit dumber and it'll be smart. On that end, sometimes who you're dating is the right person. You want me to look in the camera? Okay, Jarvis, you are so picky today. My gosh. Anyway, we had a lovely conversation yesterday, Jarvis and I. And so he'd like to get his place ready for love because he is ready and he's a good-looking guy. And all the women chase him down the street and he doesn't even know it. He's like, Doug, what's going on? He has no idea. He won't come on camera, so let's not talk about him.
All right.
Well, let's just talk about him. Did you want white wine? I got you white.
Yeah, I will have white wine. I'm pouring this for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lori,
Yes.
get ready to sing to my sponsor, Dr. Craig Thede,
Okay.
for SoCalOralSurgery.com. And but first, I would like to read this, okay?
Okay, please
This
do.
is an email I got from somebody. Feel free to email me anytime, outofthefriendzone@gmail.com, or through my website at HeidiSelexa@live.com. And this is a very, 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 I would have to say, current to what's going on in our times email. And Jarvis, you're going to relate to this. Dear Heidi, going off meds, very tough. I'm a bitch right now. Feel entitled. He said he has no money till the end of the month. He has no toilet paper here. Thank God I feed him. I guess I'll get nothing for anniversary. Something is wrong here. I'm crying silently. I guess he told me he has no money, so I don't expect anything. And for him, a year is a big deal. Not for me. Yes, just moody. Detox for 1 more month. Over emotional, and thank you in advance for the advice. I am quiet now. A fan with very deep, secret, silent thoughts. This is what women actually think. Sometimes you date the wrong person and you try to make them the right person, or it's the right person at the wrong time. You want to hear what my response was?
I would love to hear that.
And Lori, we all know that we have had males and men who oftentimes want a sugar mama. Thank you for popping that right open on that statement. Okay.
That was pretty good timing, right?
Wasn't that great?
I should get a raise.
You should totally get a raise. Am I even paying you, or are you just,
I mean, you should start paying me.
I should. Yeah, because you are the show singer.
That's right.
Oh, I'm going to have you open up, do a song, do Out of the Friend Zone with Heidi Selexa really quick, and then I'm going to do my response to this email.
Okay. Heidi Selexa, Out of the Friend Zone.
Heidi's happy Heidi thoughts. You're going off meds or him? There are a few things here that I have to hug and commend you about. There's a reason for the tears, and it is very positive. You both are going through a tough transition. Don't forget that. Remember that when you are going through the pain, fatigue, confusion, and most importantly, the disconnection from yourself, that you're being groomed, cleaned, and prepared for the right and new direction. And it takes time, because anything that causes you to act out of character, which is the norm of the real you, the authentic you, the natural you, it is the hardest to overcome. Let me have some more wine before I continue. This is really deep. My goodness, I am just a really spiritually talented person. In order for something to knock you off your course or right direction, it had to be super powerful. And that something, which overtook your mind to the point of loss from oneself, often reveals itself with a physical reaction called tears. Tears are the sign that the point of loss from oneself is revealed, and it is time for you to get back in alignment. Therefore, you must not be upset about the tears. You can cry the tears, and you must, but you need to look at what's causing the tears. In the beginning of you being you, you are now being redirected and shifted to the right place, and you subconsciously know that a little pink pill that is going nowhere for you in your life is not going to change or fix where you should really be. So you absolutely need to detox the meds, because meds, by the way, oftentimes will cause you to be very foggy. How does Lori look on camera? Does she look pretty? Go ahead and smile for the camera. I wore my red lipstick for you today.
Thank you. We match.
Mine's MAC. What's yours?
Something.
Are your lips bigger than mine, or mine bigger than yours? They're different.
Can't
see?
say that I've ever thought of it or care, really.
Well, apparently I'm vain because I did. Anyway, so here's the deal. A lot of the time we go through life thinking that a pharmaceutical pill or just a little bit off relationship is going to all of a sudden be right. But you need to look at the fact that what you needed 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 days ago may not be right for you. However, in some cases, absolutely being on pharmaceutical something is right, but you need to validate it. So if you're crying and you're still attracting the wrong situation and the wrong person, then you are not in alignment. And perhaps it's not the pill, but something you need to look at internally.
Sure.
Right? That's what I think. And you and I have had really, really deep conversations about this. Mm-hmm. Here's my really spiritual part of this, though. I say leave it all behind and try to get back in touch with yourself. At least give the rainbow a chance to show you all of its wonderful colors. Oftentimes, we think that the pot of the gold at the end of that rainbow is going to be what makes us happy, but perhaps it's not that pot of gold at the end of that rainbow that is the rainbow and pot of gold that is meant for us. Oftentimes, we try to make things be right. And they're not right. They're never going to be right. I got off track because it's a really long response that I wrote. Apparently, I was really deep last night, and I lost my place. I did, however, tell her that whether someone has toilet paper or money is irrelevant. It's about what comfort level that you are at and what you can handle at the time. And sometimes you can handle it at one time and not at another. You also need quiet time to get centered. People don't have quiet time.
It's true.
Turn off the phone.
Yep.
How many times have you been driving and someone texts you, please call me now or text me now? You're like, really? You want me to get in a car accident just to text you back? That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So I had a very nice conversation with Lori the other night, and this was probably it was a 100-minute conversation we had.
It was a bazillion-minute conversation.
But it was really cool.
It was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome. Because Lori is a very beautiful woman, and she hangs out in piano bars. So it took her a while to meet a new guy. Because in piano bars, there's not oftentimes very many straight men, but there are a few.
Sure.
You know, they're just not the ones that are playing the piano or singing. They're just there with like a friend that's a girl, a girlfriend, a friend that's a girl. This is what Jarvis calls his friends that are girl. He has several of them. Sure. Sometimes I can't even call him because he's on the phone with another friend that's a girl.
Wow.
You know,
at least he's calling them.
Yeah, well, he calls them. He calls them all the time. Jarvis
Good
and
on
I,
you, Jarvis.
I think we've had 20 hours of conversations, maybe even more than that. It just depends when you fell asleep or not. So, really awesome conversation, and I'm so happy for you. Can we talk about your new situation?
Sure.
Can we?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Lori met someone new finally, and it's somebody that she works with.
Well, yeah. Yes, I do work with him.
You work with
musically.
him.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome to hear you say, oh my God, Heidi, this guy is actually the one that I was like, is this guy for real? He actually has cared.
He's
about,
great.
You know?
Yeah.
And can you tell the little tiny details or no?
Oh, I don't know. He's probably listening.
No, he's not listening. Is he listening?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
And his name's Ryan.
Yeah.
And I forgot, and I called him Brian the other night. I mean, just
which is uncomfortable because I dated a Brian for a while. Too.
Oh, did you tell him that?
Yeah, he knows. He knows everything.
He does?
Yeah, why would he not know that?
So he's new. So tell me, I want to hear it all over again. So just tell me the beginning part, like how you met. So you were, you know.
Oh, we met doing my, actually the live project, the CD that is the album that has dropped this week.
Yay! Just yesterday, or Tuesday.
Just Tuesday, yeah, which I know what we're going to get to, we're going to talk about. But he actually played on the third day of shooting that album. And I say shooting because it was video and audio. So what's available this week is the audio, and then in a couple of weeks we'll have video to follow.
Right. Can we do a little sample video of us live in person, or would you rather wait for it to come out? Never mind, she didn't get that. I always try to make her do things at the last minute.
I'm more than happy to sing something for you live. More than happy to do that.
I was thinking a dance too, like in
dance?
character, like a Beyonce, J-Lo thing where it's like, woo, yeah.
Do
but
I,
you're
do
doing
I
more
look
of
like
it.
I can dance like Beyonce or J-Lo?
No, but I can.
Oh, all right. You can do it.
I can do the dancing part. You'll do the singing part.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so you guys met. You were shooting.
Right, yeah. The drummer that was supposed to show up that day, he couldn't. He got a more prestigious job, and good on him. And but he replaced himself with Ryan, and that's how I met Ryan. And he was a great drummer. I mean, still is. Great
And
drummer.
Lori was single for a while. So, and she had dated a friend before this Ryan.
Right, yeah.
Right? That was just a friend. And then they were like, well, I think we like each other. Let's date. Da-da-da-da-da. And then it just was like, wait a minute. Now that we're dating, we're too close. Like, it's too much. I don't think this is going to work.
Right.
Because you knew him as a friend, and then you got to know him as dating, and then it was completely different.
Right.
So I have a hard time sometimes when I know a couple, and you know both of them, and they both tell you stuff.
Oh, no.
You
yes.
know, like,
yes.
you know,
I've been in the middle of that.
And you don't want to get in the middle. And you're like, wow, like, and you hear all of it. And
I've been in the middle of a breakup, like a very serious breakup, where I was like equally good friends with the.
See, that's tough. And are they still broken up?
Yes.
Who did you choose, or did you have to?
I did not have to.
Oh,
I think I handled
you
it.
balanced it correctly.
I think I was a pretty good Switzerland.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Just call you Switzerland.
That's right.
Yeah, well, that's been tough because I get this a lot. Like, I get like all these different people. The carpet cleaner wanted advice from me. And it's like, great, but I don't know who she is. And he says, well, if she finds out I'm talking to you, she'll rip my face off. I'm like, well, why would you want to be married to that?
Yikes, he was married to her?
Yeah, like oh yeah, did I say girlfriend? His wife. So I'm like, why? You have to know yourself enough to say, I don't think I will really want to be in a situation that's going to be like this. Or a certain situation, because it's not going to work for you. So what I used to do when I was younger, 18, I would get involved after a week. I'm like, oh yeah, we're totally committed after a week. And then 3 months later, you're like, I don't like him. You're like, what is that? But you can't get out because you're in a serious commitment, and he's buying you TVs and things. And, that's what boyfriends do.
You have 18-year-old boyfriends buying you TVs?
I did, yeah.
Did you never question where they got the money to buy said TVs?
Well, they worked. But it's like that's what people do.
Jarvis and I are dubious.
Did you ever buy a girlfriend, Jarvis, something?
A TV?
Yeah, I wanted a TV. He bought me a really cool TV for my birthday. But he still pissed me off, and I didn't like him anymore, even after the TV. But then at that point, I thought, well, maybe I'll get a car for Christmas or something.
I mean, if he can buy you a TV.
Right? So if you're looking at my face, it's a little fat because I had a little thing done. And, Dr. Thede is my sponsor. I just love him. SoCalOralSurgery.com. He's a maxillofacial oral surgeon. Go ahead and say that. Maxillofacial.
Maxillofacial.
Yeah. So
that's an SAT word.
Yeah, you did that very good, by the way.
Very well.
Yeah. Well, darn it, Heidi. You need to go back to school. I'm sorry. Really, I won all kinds of creative writing awards. I'm really good.
I'm just messing with you.
No, you're not. That was real.
I mean, it was real, but I'm messing still.
So there was a bone growing out of my gum. It was random. It was just this little pointy thing. And I was like, what is this? And 2 years ago, he did surgery. So it wasn't anything he did. It's just sometimes in your mouth, something will grow like a bone. And I don't know if it's in other areas, but that would be interesting. We won't go there.
So you're saying you think that a bone is
It was a little tiny bone that was a little, you put, it's oh, what's that little hard bump under your gum? That's a bone.
Sure.
So I think what I figured out, and I don't even know, I'm probably making this up because Dr. Thede did not say you're right, Heidi. So I can't say it, and he's the specialist,
He just pretty much
I just assume I'm always right, with certain things because I'm really spiritual when I meditate, which is very rare now. But so there was this bone growing out of my gum, and I went to him and I said, there's this pressure on that side of my mouth. And so he goes, oh, that's just a little, I can just numb you up and scrap it right off. And so he did that on Tuesday.
Oh,
and
God, no.
He was so good. It didn't even hurt. I didn't feel a thing. I'm talking to him when he's doing it. Nothing. The guy, I trust him so much. And yesterday I was sitting there going, wow, Heidi, you just don't freak out when there's people's hands in your mouth, like at a dentist chair. People freak out in the dentist.
I do not like it.
I have no issue with it.
I will happily tell you my dentist story when you're done. It was this. I do not like it.
Well, see, Dr. Thede makes me feel, he's just so confident. Like, you just go in, you're like, I can come out like with a brand new smile.
Oh.
Like, Jarvis and I were talking. Jarvis is like, you need to have Dr. Thede on the show, so we're going to have him on the show, and have like singers like you and the actresses like a couple I have coming up and comedians who you don't need new teeth, but some people might. They may have been knocked out. My best girlfriend got 2 of hers knocked out.
Yikes.
In a car accident.
Oh, no.
So like she always has to have them fixed. Or, if you just have crooked teeth and you didn't have braces, whatever, he can do it. He also does like cleft surgeries. He's amazing.
My goodness.
But I didn't feel a thing. And then I was like, wow, I have like no issues. I totally trust him. And I didn't even realize it. I'm talking. I'm sleeping when he's doing it.
Wow.
There's no pain. There's nothing. So just a little swelling the next day.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, there's no dent. I guarantee if somebody else did that, it wouldn't be as good.
I believe you.
Right? Do you believe me?
I believe you.
So I want you to sing his little opening. I know you hate the word, SoCalOralSurgery.com.
No, it's actually comical at this point.
It's comical, but I
Yeah.
want him to do like thegodfather.com, Tooth Godfather, or something that's a little bit more easier for people to remember.
It's also hard to sing.
I know.
To
And
fit.
I make her sing things at the last minute, and it's like pig Latin stuff. And she's like, what? Wait, let me have a moment.
It's just fitting those words into a song. But this was what we came up with, right? SoCalOralSurgery.com.
If you have any tooth repairs or needs or, any pain in your mouth, or if you just want a new set of teeth, go to Dr. Craig Thede at SoCalOralSurgery.com because he will give you the best mouth you've ever had in your life. And we all know how important fresh breath and a great mouth is to kissing. It's true, though. It's like, don't you just get all giggly inside when you're like, oh, my God, he's so cute. We're going on a date with my kiss. Ooh. And then what if you were actually on your way to kiss and then, ooh, oh, my. Ooh, he's got really bad. Oh, what's that tooth? Oh, my, I don't think I want to go in there. Not down there. Not in there. Well, it's true. Why would you want to stick something in something that's not clean? I'm just saying. So you have to have a clean mouth and a pretty mouth because I've been chased down the street by some guy who actually had really bad gingivitis. And then he smiled. And I was like, oh, my God. It was bad.
I'm sorry, the thing that bothered you was that he had gingivitis, not that he was chasing you down the street.
It was all of it. Okay. But the thing is because he was so endearing and sincere. He was so sincere. He's like, I just wanted to tell you, I think you're really beautiful and I really like you and you're so pretty and your smile. And he kept saying my smile. So that's so obviously, and then he smiled and I was like, oh God, don't do that again. Like I felt so bad. He had like these puffy gums and they was wrong. I'm pretty sure that's not how he was born. He was not born with that structure in his gums. His gums were not that puffy and big. He just didn't floss or brush over time, and and then he got insecure because he wasn't dating, and that's because he had ugly, teeth and gums and had bad breath. And nobody wants to do that. That's why everyone goes to orthodontist.
It's true.
Everybody see beautiful teeth. Me too.
My parents are going to appreciate that. Shout out to mom and dad.
Oh, I know it's expensive. It's so expensive.
Yeah,
but if you didn't have braces, go to Dr. Craig Thede. He can do your entire mouth in 24 hours or in an hour. He did this in 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Boom. There's a bone gone. I don't know. I'm just assuming because there was an issue there before that my body was smart enough and it tried to regrow a bone. I have no idea if Mr. Bobbitt or whatever.
I'm not a doctor.
Bobbitt's guy, like he regrew his bone, but I'm just certain in some areas you might be able to regrow something. But thank you to Dr. Craig Thede. And it didn't hurt at all.
That's good.
Yeah. So, Lori, let's start with your album because I think you're a fantastic singer. And you know that. Like, I just don't go chasing women around bars, I don't go chasing guys around bars.
Not on Monday nights, anyway.
Right? But I actually, I was like, you have to do I Will Always Love You. Oh, my God, you're great. And I'm videotaping you.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I wonder if I still have the videotape. I think I actually have the recording of it.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I'll have to look for it.
For like my behind the music someday.
Yeah, it was amazing because you're just so, and your presence on stage, you have no issue with the gay guys going, she thinks she's better than me. Mm-hmm. You're like, whatever, bitch. And, I just love how you hold your own with them. So should we start with the first song of the album?
Sure, yeah. I brought a couple songs.
What would you like to play?
So my favorite song, actually, I sang this song in high school jazz band. Was when I first discovered this.
Did you write this song?
No, I didn't write it. This is a Nora Jones song. Actually, it's not even her song. It was like a blues song from that used to get tossed around in like the
50s,
40s and 50s.
Right.
Yeah. But I remember singing it for the first time in my jazz band, and that was when I first got attention for singing in front of a band, because I had always sung in musicals and things like that. But and I love singing it. And at that piano bar, Don't Tell Mama, that you found me at, I would sing that song all the time.
If you ever want a new girlfriend, just go to Don't Tell Mama. But they closed down.
They closed down,
right?
Yeah.
But that's 'cause you weren't there anymore.
It was that was my go-to song there. If there's always one song for singers where what do you sing that you love? You feel really comfortable singing it. You feel good singing it, and it's this song, "Turn Me On." So we did it on the album, and this is.
And you did it last week live with Clint.
Yeah, we did.
Clint
Yeah,
Gamboa, and it was amazing. So we're gonna hear this song now, and Lori's new album just came out on Tuesday, and you can get it on iTunes, right? Is
get it on iTunes in a couple days. It's still processing, but you get it on CD Baby right now.
Okay, so CD Baby right now. Let's hear it. Turn Me On.
Like a flower waiting to bloom, like a light bulb in a dark room. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home, turn me on. Like the desert, waiting for the rain. Like a school kid, waiting for the spring. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home and turn me on. My poor heart, it's been so dark since you've been gone. After all, you're the one who turns me on. You're the only one who can turn me back on. My hi-fi is waiting for a new tune. My glass is waiting for some fresh ice cubes. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to come on home and turn me on.
do you get laid more because of your voice? That's hot. That was sexy.
Thank you.
And last night when I was listening to Quiet with all the candles in my place, which you helped me decorate,
Sure, yeah.
it was so sexy. And I thought I should do the show right now. But it wasn't today at this time. So I really would love to dim the lights with the candles, but apparently, the cameras can't see us if we have dim lights, right? Can we dim the lights with candles?
No candle. Well, we'd have to go buy some candles.
I mean, that was hot.
Thank you.
Sorry to be cleaning, but that made me want to clean. Apparently, I like to clean in my lingerie and listen to Lori's music with a glass of wine. And that's sexy,
Sure.
Men love to watch women clean in lingerie while they listen to your music when they have a glass of wine. They have a dust thingy in one hand and wine in the other, and they're doing Lori's thing. I mean, that was hot.
Nothing's more erotic than Pine Sol.
Well, I wasn't going for the Pine Sol, but I was going for the duster. But
Lemony Fresh.
So, Lori,
yes.
In high school, you discovered that song, and when you sang that, did you sing it like that in high school? Because that would just really make the teachers melt, and they would be getting arrested everywhere because they're going for a high school student. I mean, you can't sing like that in high school. Am I right? That's too sexy.
I doubt that I sang it as sexy. I was 14, so.
Did you know what sexy was at 14?
I knew I was going to bring it back.
She brought sexy back.
No.
Right?
No, not really. I've never considered myself like a sexy person. I like before when you were saying you got super excited when you went on dates, like if you were going to kiss, like I get super excited that maybe he'll buy me cheesecake. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're dating the wrong guys.
Yeah. I'm like, food. I'm not so.
She doesn't walk around in lingerie with
I
her.
don't. But you know what? That being said, though, I think I've grown into it more. But
you know what? It is. I think you evolve at a different stage. Everyone evolves at different stages in their life. Like some people were born sexy, and then they're sexy when they're in high school, and then somehow they get older and they marry, somebody, and then they get fat and not sexy. Some people revert. They're heavier in high school. And then they grow into who they really want to be and who they are, and then become an adult, and then they're sexy.
Well, I've always pretty much looked like this. When I say that
I'm sorry, Lori, nobody can see you. Take your clothes off.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Even my boyfriend and I were showing each other family photos last night, and a picture of me when I was 7 popped up. He's like, you just look exactly the same. So I haven't really changed that much. But
I could just see her coming out of the womb going, I'm going to be a jazz singer.
Pretty much. Well, that's always been my thing. I guess I haven't really gone for like the sexy lady front as I've gone for the smart lady front. Yeah.
Right.
I've always been the
But you don't
sexy
need to,
brains.
No, but see, the thing is that sexy. It's very sexy.
I like to think so.
And when I'm a bitch and smart, people think I'm sexy, and I think that's why I get stalkers. It's just a really awful thing. Jarvis was there the other day when the locksmith came over. I thought, well, somebody knows where I live, or a few people, and have never wanted to date him or anything, but just for safety reasons. So I had Jarvis come over and scare the locksmith,
Sure.
But he didn't. Yeah. He did not do his job. It was just
Jarvis
he's a
just gave
sweetheart.
him a hug.
No, I mean Jarvis is
like, welcome to the apartment.
He's a big guy. I would think that Jarvis would walk in a room and scare people, and he does for a second, and then he starts talking like, "Oh, he's a sweetheart. I love him. I want to be his friend." And then nobody's afraid of him. So I don't have any bodyguards. I have no protection.
I'll be your protection.
Thank you.
You're
because,
welcome.
I can bite too, but sometimes I don't want to have to bite.
Sure.
Especially when you just had a tooth thing done. It's just,
right, and you're going to have to go back to Dr. Greg's lady.
I love Craig.
Craig.
He's so cute. Did I show you the picture of what I did to him one night?
No.
It was really awful. I know. And it's just a little secret crush that I have.
Okay.
It's not even like a crush. I just love him.
I'm getting more and more concerned.
And you should.
Okay.
Because I love him. Like I really, really, I think about him like his confidence, and I love that. ABCs, always be confident. If you're confident, it doesn't matter. Like that, I'm sorry, but that overrules everything except being clean. Because if you have stinky armpits and breath, nobody's going to look at your I mean, they're just not. I'm sorry, but guys need to know that.
Yeah, they have to be clean.
Lori, let me ask you a question. As an
Sure.
interior designer, because I know you have your business doing that, thank you for doing my place. I don't even know if we're going to tell people about that because it's all about your singing. And really, I think you really should just focus on that and just do my place.
Sure. Okay.
Don't put any time into anybody else but me.
But you.
Because
Sure.
I have a cleaning problem. We all know I clean too much.
I do.
You know?
What was your question as an interior designer?
Oh, yeah, get back to the point instead of cleaning. See, I went off. I just love the cleaning thing.
I'm here
I
for you.
dream
I'm
of-
here to bring
I
you
dream of
back.
how to clean something. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And do you ever go to just men's house that are not gay and like do their place?
No, I have not done that yet.
See, that's what's interesting.
Yeah, not
is
yet.
You've done women.
Yes.
Not-
Yes.
Would you stop it now, Lori? See, that's the thing. Is like I'm being. I may be naturally sexy. I don't know it. I'm gullible. Like I say, I don't get that. I'm literally being real.
I know you are.
And you're just throwing it at me, Jarvis.
It's just too easy.
I know. I'm a little bit like gullible. My brother said you're just a little naive.
Well, that's why we complement each other well. That's why it's comedy gold, you and I.
But I look like I'm smarter than you are, and that you're the gullible one.
Wait a second.
And
My parents are watching, and I don't think they're going to appreciate that.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
I think they think their DNA did a very good job creating a smart-looking person.
You're very smart, but sometimes I can be a little bit bitchy, and I can be very frank, and I can tell people how it is.
Sure.
And other times I can't. So it's literally a mood thing or what's going on.
Yep.
But there are times when I walk in, I'm like, don't talk to her that way. And I'm like, I protect you. And then
Yes,
sometimes
you do.
she protects me.
Sure.
So I gave her the keys to my place. If anybody comes in, just sick Lori on them.
That's right. I can be very feisty.
Yeah, she's feisty.
I can be very feisty. I'm very small, but scary, I think,
So-
at times.
For people who just are hearing you, they don't know that you're my show singer. I was going to say my lounge singer. That's just really how I think. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, that's
Not
fine.
that I need a lounge singer, but it's very sexy music. You started singing very young, and your mother was a singer, and you picked it up. You were kind of. Do you feel like you were born with that gift? Because you have an amazing voice. You actually sang with Clint June Gamboa from American Idol, and you guys sounded fantastic together.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you were born with it to a certain extent. I mean, you have to have.
You have to work it.
Well, yeah, you have to have genetically designed vocal cords that are like literally your vocal cords are just these little pieces of tissue in your throat. So like they have to like. Why are
They
you
have
laughing?
to mix. I'm
They
laughing
have to-
because it's true.
You have to be born with
A
vocal
certain-
cords that do something good. So if you've been born with that, great. God gave you a gift, and now you have to.
You have to work it.
Yeah,
You have to-
exactly.
it's just like working out. You got to like keep it sharp. So every day, do you sing in the shower? Do you ever go a day without singing?
I think I have. Yeah, I think 'cause you also have to rest it. Mm-hmm. You have to rest your voice.
That's why I turn my phone off because I talk enough.
Yeah.
So then there's times
Talking's bad for
I
your
actually
voice.
don't like to talk. I realize that. I'm like, I like to have my thoughts.
I beg to differ.
Oh.
Because I've had so many million-minute conversations with you.
You have, but you know what?
What?
I was saying something important.
That's true.
I never called up to say hi. I just want to say hi.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
There's always a purpose.
right.
There's
So-
always something that needs to be
But
talked
when I was
through.
younger, I realized I used to call my girlfriends like crazy. Just crazy every day. It's like, oh, call me back in 5 minutes. Oh, you have another call? Okay, call me back. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about that's so important? I get, in a sense, why men get irritated with women. But
Sure.
But you should just call up your boyfriend and just start singing. And he's like, oh, I'm not mad anymore. Yeah, you can have a car. I'm going to buy you a Mercedes.
I think my boyfriend would just give me notes because he's a musician. He'd be like, okay, you were a little flat
See,
there.
that sucks. If you're a musician and you're dating a musician.
No, he's very supportive. He came to my gig the other night and was all
I know.
sweet and
And
smiles about
you
it.
say he's a more talented musician than you are a singer.
I would never say that in public to anyone.
Oh, sorry. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me to not say that, Lori.
No, I do. Sometimes
I was just trying to give the boyfriend kudos because when you start dating someone new and your friends meet him, then all of a sudden you want your friends. Like,
No.
I have to be nice to him because if I weren't nice to him, he didn't like me. Guess what? You wouldn't want to be my friend anymore.
Well, you came first.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm
Thank you.
Woo. but no, yeah, I actually have said to people that I think he's a percussionist and a drummer, and I think that he is better at what he does than I am at what I do. So
Right. Well, I don't think so. And as on that note, can we play another one of your songs from your album?
that'd be great. Yeah.
And the name of the album again, it's coming out in 2 days, right?
No. It's out. It's out now.
Okay, I thought you said that iTunes was not.
iTunes just takes longer to process
Okay.
because they have lots of traffic. It's out on CD Baby right now. So if you just search Lori Pasqualino, the live project, you'll be able to download it.
Pasqualino.
That's it.
And we're going to play your next song here, which is really great. I love this one too. Like last night, I didn't want it to stop. I stayed awake till 5 a.m. listening to your music. And my place was clean, and I felt really good. Very sexy.
Good.
So it's amazing that you don't feel sexy as a singer when your music is very sexy.
I do when I'm singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But most of the time, I just would like some pizza.
Well, we'll talk about Target in a minute.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me be blue, could make me be true, and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, dear, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Take it, boys. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be blue, could make me be true, and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, dear, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you.
I wonder if the milkman wants to come in for some wine. Could make him a little cocktail. I'm sorry. I felt like I was in the 1940s and I was waiting for the milkman to drop off the milk on my doorstep.
You could make him a White Russian.
I could make him a White Russian.
That you make those with milk.
I mean, that is hot, Lord. I'm telling you, this album makes you feel so good.
Well, thank you.
And it calms you down. Imagine if you had an awful day. I know you had a rough day earlier today. We don't need to talk about it, but Lori and I talked earlier because we chat all the time.
Sure.
But I feel like if somebody walks in their house and they're having an awful day and they don't put on anything for noise, I'm not talking the news. The news is going to stress you out even more. And it's also, the only thing that will calm you down is maybe a late night TV show like I love the new show Rain. I love that show on Netflix. That calms me down.
Okay.
But your music, like put on music. People don't know. Sometimes you have to learn in this society how to manage yourself and how to put yourself in that happy place. And one thing I've realized, Lori, and that's through you and another friend, a best friend from third grade, Chris, you guys keep things simple.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean you don't overextend yourself. And if you do, you go, whoa, I'm overextending myself. I have to shut down. Because you don't get all frantic. You don't call somebody up and your voice raises. You don't yell at people. You don't go crazy. And that is unattractive to people. So when people learn how to control themselves and what they need to manage their stress level, it's super sexy. So your album made me totally calm down. Because I came home late. I drove from Irvine, Orange County, where I'm from. Yeah. And I was with my brother who's leaving for Mexico. And I was tired. I'm sad he's leaving. I have a lot going on. And I was like, I just need to chill out and listen to her. I didn't even want to look at your photo, which is odd because you're so pretty. I just wanted to hear your voice. And I felt calm. I just chilled out. I actually didn't even clean that much. I didn't even vacuum. I didn't vacuum one day.
Hey.
Hello. How about that? We're
Proud of
we're
you.
breaking the addiction, right? I'm very aware of my problem. And I said, there's even a piece of lint on the floor. I'm going to go to sleep and not pick it up. I was like, forget it, because I know what I'm going to do in the morning. I'm going to get up and the vacuum's going to come out and I'm going to vacuum the lint up. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
So your album made me feel really amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I do this. You know,
Yeah.
that's why artists do what they do.
Yeah, and it's why I do what I do, because I think this world is super stressful, and people are like, "You're going to do a political talk show, Heidi? What are you going to do? Because you should do talk, not just music." I'm like, no. Political? No. What's his name? The guy with the big ears on TV right now. Jarvis, I sent you his photo. Did you get it in the Dropbox? Oh my Oh my gosh. There's so much politics, especially right now, because we're having a new election going on.
Yep.
Why not have a break and have fun, or like sit there and focus on you? You don't even need to watch TV every day. Why not do that? Why not just put on Lori's album and get a nice glass of wine or a nice cup of tea and do you and just really get in touch with you. Yeah. Go out the next day with a brand new smile. You're totally centered and you're hot and sexy, and boom, you're getting laid. So anyway, on that note, let's have you sing live. Do you want to sing one live?
Sure, I'll sing a short one live for you.
Okay, which one are we going to do?
This one is actually one of my favorite jazz standards. The album is kind of half and half jazz standards and half pop. And
did you write some of the songs on the album?
All of these are covers, and we're in the studio now actually working on
your own stuff.
Our own stuff.
But the thing is the way you do covers, Lori, is sexier than the actual original. And I don't.
Well,
I just want to hear. Like, I just love to play your stuff.
Thanks.
I told you I just went in this really happy place. So. Jarvis, are you ready for Lori? Are you ready? Do you need some tea?
Yeah, no, I've been sipping my tea. I'm a big tea addict.
And don't forget the wine.
And the wine after I sing.
Yeah.
No, this is one of those kind of forgotten standards that I love doing. So, here we go. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a boy that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you?
I think the milkman's going to stay over. I mean, that's hot.
Thanks.
You don't see young, beautiful women in their 20s singing like that. And that's a real, real, real talent.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My God, Lori,
Huh.
the only thing I want you to focus on right now is your singing. Because
me
it's
too.
amazing. I mean,
Thank
and that's
you.
your passion.
It is,
You know? And you have a new guy in your life. And who, was actually drawn to your singing. So, he was, kind of in a sense acting as a milkman. Jarvis, you having any issues over there with the buttons? Okay, just making sure. He does these things and I never know what he's doing. He doesn't
Well,
tell
that's
me.
for him to know and you to not find out. 'cause
Sometimes
it's
I
not
want to
your
know,
job.
but sometimes I can ask.
Your job is talking. His job is pressing. You're welcome, Jarvis.
We normally don't fight. We actually talk all night when you're not available.
Ah,
So, shut up,
I'm
Jarvis.
sorry, Jarvis.
He's choking on me. I don't know what. Shut up. Anyway, Lori,
Jarvis
can we
has
do,
a case of the giggles.
you know what? It's the giggle case. Well, because he's probably remembering, like, he'll talk, and then I let him talk, and then I'll talk, and then all of a sudden he's asleep. You know, it's just, and we're just friends. So, we're just friends.
I know.
And the thing is
You
sometimes,
need to convince me.
sometimes you have to understand with friends. You got to let them talk. Feel free to fall asleep, but you get irritated sometimes at what they're saying, and you just got to let them talk until you fall
Do
asleep.
you hear that, Jarvis? She's irritated by the things you say to her.
I'm not
How does that
irritated.
make you feel?
No, I'm
I feel
not.
like Jarvis should
I
have
thought-
a mic and get to stand up for himself.
He won't, because he doesn't like to be seen on camera, and he doesn't think he's pretty enough, and he
Oh,
is.
you're pretty, Jarvis.
No, it's not that. It's just I thought I irritated him, but because I heard him snore. But that's what happens with people. Sometimes to have friends and the right person, you have to kind of, humor them and act like you're interested, But as far as your new boyfriend and you're still in the honeymoon stage, and you just adore him, and you guys really click. And he does simple little things that were very important to you, which is important to look at what you actually want in a relationship. Those little tiny things.
Sure.
Like, I really want him to think it's super cute when I mop the floor in my nightie. I just do.
Sometimes I forget that your show is out of the friend zone. I was like, why are we talking about this? I was like, oh, this is about relationships, this show.
Well, the thing is I'm just saying, why not,
I know, it's great. I forget sometimes because I know you so personally,
Right,
that
and
your show is relationships.
I don't really talk. No, it's not. It's just about really what the other person is thinking and doing.
Yeah.
And it happens to be a lot of the time relationships.
Which is
'cause
a relationship in itself.
It is, because men don't understand what women want, whether you're gay or straight. A lot of the time they don't get us.
It's
and
very true.
We don't get them. We have a hard time
There's not
understanding.
really that much to get.
Well, that's the thing, is we're complicated, they're not. So you try to get a simple person in a complicated situation, and they're all lost like a maze. They're running around like a crazy person with their head cut off, and they have no idea which way they're supposed to go, what they're supposed to think or feel, and all they can do is just try to get out fast as they can and go to the next bush that's not as complicated. I mean, pretty much that's what's it come down. Lori?
Yes.
That went right over your head.
What?
I said they want to get out of the complicated maze bush and go to the next one that's less complicated. Hello,
I'm sorry, I missed my "that's what she said"
because you're
opportunity.
looking at Jarvis. He's acting
because he's
No.
making hand signals.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what bothers me. He says he does.
He
these
has
things.
to. He's
he
doing
doesn't
the-
need to do these things, because I get the point. He's telling us to wrap the show up, Lori.
Right.
Can you please sing "Out of the Friend Zone" with Heidi Selexa a few times?
A few times?
Just a couple times back to back while I talk in between them.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Heidi Selexa, out of the friend zone.
And that was so sexy. So if you would like to feel sexy, feel free to listen and watch Out of the Friend Zone with Heidi Selexa.
Heidi Selexa, out of the friend zone.
I think the milkman's here. Maybe I should check the knock on the door. Ooh, it's two of them.
Heidi Selexa, out of the friend zone.
Lori Pasqualino, LoriPasqualino. That's sexy in itself, Lori.
Hey.
Her new album is available on iTunes in a few days, but now it's on CD Baby.
right.
And you can just go to Lori Pasqualino. That's all they have to type in. There's
Lori
no
Pasqualino.
sexy name of the album. There's no I'm hot.
The
It's called-
album name is The Live Project, but right now that's the only album up there for Lori Pasqualino.
Can I rename the album? And that's not sexy enough for me.
Okay, what would you like to rename the
I
album?
just want it to be hot and sexy. I would like to, you know what? Give me a minute.
Okay, well, it's called The Live Album because everything was done with one take.
I think it should be called For the Milkman.
Okay.
I'm Heidi Selexa with Out of the Friend Zone. Hey, next Thursday we've got a fantastic actress, and I also want you to come on next Thursday and sing, maybe some of the stuff she's doing. She has a film that's coming out. It's called All Cheerleaders Die, and
As would any profession.
no, but she's an amazing actress. Her name is Amanda Grace Cooper, and she's on CSI and all kinds of shows. So she's actually going to be on next week. So feel free to come on and sing live Out of the Friend Zone. I'm Heidi Selexa. We'll see you next week.
Hey, you're listening to Out of the Friend Zone with Heidi Selexa. Yeah.